from one solid movie I really like to the next solid movie I really like. So we are out of phase one. So all these movies right here, they're gone. We don't need to talk about them. Now we can talk about phase two, and we'll get to phase three, and then this Friday, phase phase four starts with some interesting things. So, Iron Man 3. A lot of people don't like this movie. I really like this movie. I think it's great. Now, the Mandarin twist, okay. First of all, yes. The twist is kind of lame because it's revealed that this other guy isn't the villain, but it's also like the other guy who is the villain kind of sucks. But it's like all these movies, all these Marvel movies for a while, the villains suck, okay? They're bad. You don't care. So people focus on the villain in this movie, which is so weird because nobody does that in any of the other movies. But this movie is about Tony after the events of Iron Man 3, or not Iron Man 3, Avengers, going into that portal. He has PTSD, which I like this concept. I think it's not handled better in other Marvel movies, though, because Tony acts the same. And I know the intent is that he acts slightly differently, but why slightly differently? It should be a dramatic change within his character, not a slightly thing. Because I can barely tell in the other movies that this was a thing, and it's kind of like, yeah, that kind of sucks. And then it's also like, the way the Avengers ended, this kind of just comes out of nowhere a little bit. And I get you couldn't have ended it with him going, having like huge PTSD problems, but you still had to end it in a way that felt in tone with that movie, but still, it's just, I don't know, there had to be a better way of integrating this into the movies. And I think they shouldn't have gone this route if they weren't willing to change his character dramatically. Because that's what should have happened. He should not be his normal joking self throughout any of these movies. And he just is not Iron Man. I don't know. But I do like this concept in this movie. I think it's well explored. I like the director, Shane Black. Shane Black wrote the script for Predator. He played a character in Predator, and then he died in that movie. And he's also just been a really good director throughout many movies. He is an action director. He's worked with Robert Downey Jr. many times. So, Shane Black is the type of director that when he's worked with someone and knows how they function, he knows how to get the right performance and right angle with an actor, and that comes across on the screen. This is a lot better than Robert Downey Jr.'s performance in many other Marvel movies. He's great in this movie. Very enjoyable. And, I'm not saying this is a great movie. I'm saying I just don't understand the hate for this movie. It has everything these Marvel movies should have, except from a good villain and, a little bit more interesting shot composition, things like that. But, it's in line with the other movies. It has great action. I mean, and the dialogue's kind of lame, actually. There's way too many lame jokes, especially in this one. Rhodey's line, you breathe fire? Like, really? I don't want to listen to crap like that. That's not funny. It's just dumb. But, yeah. I mean, it's just a normal, fun Marvel movie, except he's actually saving people, acting like a hero. This is what Iron Man should be. I think it's the best out of the Iron Man trilogy because it's the only one I can say that attempts to make a dramatic character change. I mean, the first movie did, but it was more like to set up his character. This is the one that says, from the setup, we're going to change him dramatically. And it also just is a really well directed movie and the best directed out of the trilogy. So, you want to hate. Here's the thing about Mandarin. Mandarin in the comics is a racist character. He's He's a racist, offensive stereotype on Asians. Now, I've heard that they are going to bring Mandarin into the MCU, but if they do that, they got to change him dramatically. So no matter what they do with this character, nobody will be satisfied. And if you care about the Mandarin twist and you like Guardians of the Galaxy, you're full of poodoo. Because Guardians of the Galaxy, it's nothing like the comic. So if you're mad that Mandarin isn't like the comic, then why do you enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy? Why do you enjoy a majority of these movies? Because the majority of these movies aren't exactly like the comics. So, in fact, Civil War is a way better comic than movie. So, yeah. I'm just saying, but like you can still enjoy the movie, and I don't understand the point of it complaining about any of this. But whatever, it's a great movie on MCU scale, so that means it's better than the really bad ones. Is all I'm saying. But yeah, it's still another 6 out of 10 though. I'm not trying to play this up like it's a great movie. I'm trying to play it up as if it's a great Marvel movie, which I'm not trying to say Marvel movies are on a different standard, but for what these movies are, this is as great as they go. This isn't my favorite of the MCU movies, but it's definitely up there.